Okay, so today, to deepen your connection with your kids and to play with them a little bit more, we're going to do some team problem solving, which sounds like serious and maybe even scholastic, but it's not. Trust me. You're going to, for the entire day, anytime a problem comes up, whether it's your own problem, like you need to do two things at once and you don't know how it's going to happen, or the group's problem, like everybody's got to figure out what they want to eat for dinner, you're going to take that problem and verbalize it to the group, toss it to the team, and get their solutions back, okay? So it's like, all right, everybody, here's my problem. Give me 10 solutions, potential solutions back. And at least 2 of the solutions are totally encouraged to be nonsense or things thrown in just to make you laugh, all right? So that adds this element of play and keeps us flowing and like keeps that energy going for us to do some problem solving together. So, like I said, anytime something comes up, anytime it's like, what in the world am I going to do about this? Or we need to come up with a plan, you toss it to the team and the team has to give you some potential solutions. And, I really like this one because honestly, I view my children and my family as a team, really that's like a big concept or philosophy for me, where we should all be working together and contributing, and each one of us can shine because the team kind of lets us shine and it allows us that extra energy to be able to shine, all this kind of stuff. So I love this concept of team. And even if it's not your concept and you guys do things differently and, it is more of an authoritarian thing, like that's fine. This is just a game to play and it is interesting. It's interesting to kind of see where things go. It's interesting to hear their solutions. It's interesting to hear how difficult or easy it is for them to come up with solutions, because it kind of lets you know about them and their skill set. And it maybe even lets you know about you, because my daughter was very poor at coming up with solutions. It did not work for her. She was never helping solve her own problem. And I kind of realized, instead of being frustrated with her about it, it was kind of on me, because I was always solving the things for her. I was always taking that role and not passing them to her enough to solve. And so I really feel like we're setting up some really important skills here too. Exercising some important muscles, by tossing them some problems to solve. They're going to need that for their entire lives, So this is might as well get started early. I mean, even when they're really young and you're thinking there's no way they can play this game, they're not going to give me solutions. Even if the solutions are awful, you need to start exercising these, and it can be really fun. It's beautiful to get a little glimpse into their mind when they come up with solutions, and sometimes they can come up with really great ones. But also see how it feels. I mean, there's also some feedback in how this feels for you. If it feels like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the most amazing breath of fresh air because I'm going to get some support and some help. They'll actually help me with the solving of the problems, Well, cool. That lets you know that maybe you are the mastermind behind everything and you need a break. And maybe you really do want some more support. Maybe you really are open to receiving that, and you just need to give your family, your team, some more opportunities to do that for you, or invite them to do it. Maybe they need a request in the form of this game where it's help me solve some problems, please. And then they start to get an idea of what types of moments need help. And then they might be able to start recognizing those problems and those moments when they come up naturally. And then without being asked, they might offer some solutions or some help. So there's that. Or you might be really resistant or irritated by this. This game might drive you nuts because you like taking authority, or you like being in control, and you don't want everybody else butting in. It's easier to make that decision quickly yourself than to, go back and forth with all these other people's ideas. And so that tells you something too. It kind of tells you about your preferred method and how your family operates. And it might also be that you don't think their solutions are any good. It's just oh God, this is going to be awful. Their solutions are going to be horrible. which lets you know like about your beliefs maybe, or some biases that you might already have towards them, kind of thing. Like, oh, why do I think their solutions are horrible? I mean, maybe you're right, you know, maybe their solutions are horrible, but you know, it just like kind of lets you know what are my first instincts or impulses about this game, and then how did it really go, and how did I feel in the end? I mean, you might have still felt the same way, like that was awful. Things are so much easier when I just make the decisions myself. And then you can be appreciative of that opportunity that you have, that you are the parent, and that, you know, you don't feel sort of bogged down by too much decision making. You kind of take it in stride, like, this is actually how I prefer things to go, and I like it this way, so I can, you know, at least be grateful for that or whatever. So, you know, you'll find different things in it. I mean, one of the things you'll find is that they get better at it as they go along. They start exercising this muscle, and they'll get better at it throughout the course of the entire day. They'll get better at giving you solutions that work, you know, and at the very least, you're going to get to hear some solutions that are total nonsense meant to make you laugh. And, you know, you just get to play with your kids.